I actually thought Mike Wang was going to grow some balls this year and stick to his guns. I thought he was going to leave shooting alone. I'm really disappointed because I have finally got a handle on shooting. And I noticed between myself and other players, there was definitely a skill gap because of how much time I invested into learning the shooting mechanics for 2K25. Or all those efforts that I put into learning shooting, was that done in vain? Did I just waste my time playing 2K25? Should I just wait next year until you drop your first patch? Maybe we shouldn't be pre-ordering this game if they're going to change it dramatically in this way. I feel like these are legitimate questions to ask. Apparently, there is only a 3% difference in shooting pre-patch to post-patch. But in this video, we're about to find out why these shooting changes seem like they have more than a 3% impact. We're about to get into all the details. If any of you guys are new here, drop a like, drop a sub, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Let's get to the video.
It's AllCity. Load up that clip.
Hey, what's good, y'all? I'm AllCity. As always, appreciate you guys tuning in. What a difference a patch can make on the 2K community, man. For weeks since 2K25's release, the 2K community felt strongly about shooting being too difficult. Personally, I found it to be difficult, but I met that learning curve and it felt good when I actually found success in shooting. And prior to the patch, playing online, I noticed that more and more players were finding more and more success in shooting. I didn't want Mike Wang to touch shooting in the patch. And I'm almost certain if Mike Wang was looking at the numbers as far as the consistency for shooters out there when they play online, he would have noticed also an increase in percentages for shots made. But yet and still, Mike drops patch 2.0. And as you guys know, 2K, they can't just slightly fix something. Patch 2.0's buff to open shots completely overhauled shooting. The reason why I'm saying that is because in the patch notes it said a buff to open shots. That was it about the shooting changes. But of course, us guinea pigs, the 2K players, we go out there post-patch and we find out there's so many other changes in regards to shooting. Patch 2.0 brought with it a breakdown in the contest system, a breakdown now in the rhythm shooting mechanic. NBA 2K25's 2.0 patch now renders the defense irrelevant. But don't just take my word for it. Of course, you guys know I got the receipts. And we about to load up Exhibit A. Do you concur? I concur. Objection! This joint got me out here just randomly spitting out judicial terms. Let's take a look at these clips of what shooting looks like post-patch. Contested shots, they're now considered open and easy to green. Oh Lord, did you guys see on the second clip, the contact that the defender made with the shooter actually made him drop to the ground? And they still called that joint open? Now tell me, if you're the defender in that scenario, you're not gonna just holler out, objection! Mike Wang, Your Honor, I object to that shot being considered open. Those two clips were sent to me by Dan Mula. He says, this is why NBA 2K is losing players. You did this big patch, but the shot contest system is now non-existent. But what is this? Hands down people's throat and it's still considered open or wide open? Gotta sort this out, man. But here's the thing, y'all. You know, NBA 2K Lab, they recently ran a test taking 10,000 shots post-patch to see what was the difference pre-patch to post-patch. And their findings, their overall conclusion led to about an average of 3% increase in shooting. And this was universal throughout the green window. Overall, it came to about a 5 to 6% increase in shooting. There was one area in the green window that had about a 7% increase. But overall, for most players, what we're gonna see, what we're gonna notice is about a 3% increase in each area of the green window. And hearing that for the first time or reading that in black and white, a 3% increase in shooting, you're like, all right, Mike, you did all right because you didn't make dramatic changes to shooting. It was just a slight type of buff to open shots from what you had said. If it was really just about a 3% increase to open shots, I think the community would be okay with that. They would end up being okay with that because it's not going to change dramatically, but some of these dudes who can't really meet that learning curve, maybe they'll hit some of their shots. And I know a lot of us were thinking that that just means the people who are shooting good, they'll just shoot slightly better. They ain't going to be nothing crazy. So 2K Labs, they run their testing to find out the differences pre-patch to post-patch. And this all helped us get a general idea of what the changes were. I know 2K Labs was just running this initial test to find out the differences in make percentages. But here we are, 2K players out on the court now, finding all these additional variables that need to be added to the equation. As 2K does what 2K does with their 2K patches, we find out that wide open shots also got a buff. It's not just open shots like they said in the patch notes. They're two completely different things, not to mention contested shots are going in like there's not even a contest there. I can't help but feel like there's just something wrong with the coding. Why are defensive animations tied into shooting coding? And I understand how they need to be relative in order to gauge a contest, but why does an adjustment to shooting affect the defensive side of things? The reason why I have such a big problem with this is because since last year, I felt strongly that 2K doesn't necessarily make defense better. They just kind of limit and handicap offense so that defense could keep up. 2K has always, for as long as I've been playing 2K, they've always had an issue with defense keeping up with offense. I believe they handicap offense last year to make defense seem a bit more improved, and I think the same thing is happening this year. So much so that when they offer a slight buff to open shots, it completely changes what defenders are experiencing on 2K25. How does that make sense? Unless you're telling me that everything in 2K is predetermined, everything is a canned animation. 2K, you really want to open up that can of worms. They got to get their stuff together, man. Quite a couple of big names weighed in on all these changes. I'll reference this first post from Steezel. Isolation says recent patch ruined rhythm shooting and NBA 2K25 overall. The game was better before. They buffed square shooting but left the contest system non-existent, so everyone just jacks mindless shots until they drop. The defense does not matter, in all caps. Ish is unplayable. Those are definitely some strong feelings in regards to these shooting changes. Oh Lord, now let's reference this post from Badgeplug. Badgeplug says, guys, I know the shot contest system sucks. Dashboarding and proving grounds never got fixed. Can you believe that? I'm about to pull up another post that shows somebody with a 30-some win percentage at like the top 4. He's number 4 on the rankings. But anyway, Badgeplug goes on to say you can still teleport strip anyone. That's another issue. And I knew it was going to be an issue when they introduced it in the trailer. I knew it. I was calling it, but folks, they aren't veterans on 2K, so they don't remember those days where guards used to stay in the paint and just strip any slasher with a 99 dunk coming into the paint. They'll strip them, and now we have that back. He says you can still teleport strip anyone. Can't back out after a game and wreck. Where did that randomly come from? But here we are. After you finish your rec game, it doesn't even give you the opportunity to back out in case you got to do something before you go into another game. Real player percent layups going regardless of the contest. Can't put your hands up to contest after a drop step. And if you do, it makes you auto jump. Any cool clothing costs 20k VC or more. But Badgeplug, he wraps up this post by saying, at least we still got Gravity Ball. I had every intention to give it a shot. I haven't done it yet. What are you guys thinking about Gravity Ball? I think Badgeplug is trolling here, but I don't know. I haven't given the mode a shot. Maybe it really is dope. Sound off in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about it if you gave it a shot, if you tried it. And here's that post that I was talking about with a 30-some win percentage at the number 4 spot in the rankings. Ja sent out this post saying a 33.2 win percentage is ranked number 4 in the proving grounds. How, Sway? And that's that dashboarding right there. Now nobody could actually take his spot because on every single loss, he dashboards out to retain his rank. It's almost like those folks have the power to gatekeep the top ranking spots in the proving grounds, rendering the mode completely unplayable if you're a player who's trying to get up in the ranks. And 2K was well aware of this issue prior to the patch. Now, this stuff is so blatant that there's a side of me that feels like it's done intentionally. Some of you guys may be like, but why? And I have no good reason as to why it would be done intentionally. I don't know if they make more money on the back end. I don't know that to be fact. I don't know what it could be. But all too often, the 2K community asks or cries out for changes to a particular area in the game, and 2K, they don't handle that well. They go as like one extreme to the other. I actually thought Mike Wang was gonna grow some balls this year and stick to his guns. I thought he was gonna leave shooting alone. I'm really disappointed because I have finally got a handle on shooting. And I noticed between myself and other players, there was definitely a skill gap because of how much time I invested into learning the shooting mechanics for 2K25, or all those efforts that I put into learning shooting? Was that done in vain? Did I just waste my time playing 2K25? Should I just wait next year until you drop your first patch? Maybe we shouldn't be pre-ordering this game if they're gonna change it dramatically in this way. I feel like these are legitimate questions to ask because 2K has us investing so much of our IRL time into learning these new things that they've incorporated into the game, only to fall back and water it down and dumb it down so that anybody could get on the game and shoot. Now, I'm not mad at that idea. I'm more so mad that I wasted my time learning something that was going to become useless in the long run. Folks were getting a step ahead using the rhythm shooting mechanic, and now it seems like the square button has a larger green window than the rhythm shooting. What I've come to learn between last year and this year is that 2K does not respect our time, not to mention the lack of respect for our actual dollar, because I've made so many builds with high defensive attributes and they don't even feel nearly the same as they did before the patch. Prior to the patch, I was making builds with super high 3 balls, and come to find out after the patch, them builds probably don't even need that higher 3 ball. I could have put those attributes elsewhere. I would like to remind you guys that marketing is 2K's #1 and largest line item expense. I would imagine a company like 2K, I'm just speculating here, but I would imagine a company like 2K gets like a ton of analytical data based on how you guys play the game. They know when you guys make new builds, they know what leads folks into making new builds. In other words, they know hands down what brings the money in. Is it possible that patch 2 was just like a ploy? Maybe the whole thing was just one big money grab? Maybe 2K25's whole initial release was a money grab? 2K knew, hands down, people weren't gonna agree with how shooting was initially. They have so much experience with the 2K community. They knew folks was gonna get the complaining, and sure enough, they waited about a month to a month and a half after so many people done made builds in accordance with what they saw on paper, what was on the screen. Mike Wang and the 2K development team in hiatus. We didn't hear nothing from them until we get this major patch completely changing the game, or at least changing a lot of how our builds are responding to the game, in turn leading a lot of players to consider the idea of creating new builds to adjust to the new patch, and the process just starts over and over again, rinse and repeat. Is that possible? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Easy, y'all. If you guys are tired of running with randoms and you're looking for players to run with on NBA 2K, come on out and join the AllCity 2K Discord. The link will be in the description below. Find players and get runs now. Drop a like and drop a sub on your way out. Leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Easy, y'all.